Simonds Group fires 10% of their workforce. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because, well, the last few days we've been discussing, well, PD Group going under, other builders going under. The construction apocalypse is becoming quite a long playlist. And the last two videos I did were about tradies lashing out angrily, or suspected tradies damaging houses that they obviously haven't gotten paid for. And in the comments, some people are saying, well, Simonds will be next. And I've learned to, well, not pay much heed to comments like that because you hear them all the time. But, well, look at what's appeared now in the news. Melbourne builder Simonds Group lays off 10% of staff amid construction industry crisis. Let's jump over here to this other screen while I grab my stein of coffee and let's look at some of their stuff. So this is their Queensland website, and let me just adjust my Explorer there. There we go. Look at that. So, I mean, what's this waffle? Anyway, let's look at some of their home designs here in Queensland, or their home designs. Come on, show me something. What do I want? Oh, we'll go the Simonds range, and here we go. I mean, let's look at this one, the Armstrong. Now, you've got a double garage, guest room downstairs, you've got 3 bedrooms upstairs with a master bedroom. Get away all these stupid little bot things. A master bedroom here with a walk-in robe and ensuite. Don't have cross ventilation there, which is a shame, but still, I mean, this is a nice, generous, modern home. No problems with it. I mean, there's some planning issues. There's nothing wrong with it, guys. You know, what you do is you build a wall there, turn that into another bedroom, rent that out, get that as a rented bedroom. You could rent someone in there in the walk-in pantry, rent that one out, put a tent in the family room to rent it out. That's what you do. But they're a spec home builder, guys. Okay? Nothing too flashy, but perfectly fine for what most people need. I mean, there you go, guys. And they've even got the smaller ones. Where is it? Where do they have any smaller ones in this one? Let's look at the 10-meter wide ones. Okay, they don't have it in this range. Okay. Spec home builder. No one's surprised. Let's check out what's going on here. The fact that they're firing 10% of their staff. Is this similar to the WA builder that's put a hold on all new projects? Probably catching up with all the work they have to do. So a Melbourne building firm has slashed its headcount for the second time in 6 months, just a few days after another major construction company collapsed. So, an ASX-listed mega building company is laying off 10% of staff as the construction industry teeters amid tough market conditions. On Tuesday, Melbourne-based residential builder Simonds Group put out an ASX announcement with vague references to troubled times, citing prevailing market conditions, which was a challenge for the company. Simonds Group indicated change was on the way to adapt to the tough times, letting the market know it was implementing several initiatives that will further reduce overheads, so they're firing people, and streamline its corporate functions and processes, including right-sizing the workforce to reflect projected demand. Okay, so this is kind of like, remember all those other companies we saw that just hired so many people for the lockdowns and the COVID hysteria and everything? You know, these businesses that were probably not very experienced or just expected the surge in business from the lockdowns to continue. I've seen it on YouTube. Now, there's another YouTube channel that I watch occasionally, Silver Report Uncut. He's gone completely off the rails. He's gone completely nuts. And I suspect what happened is he thought the good times were coming when, during the lockdowns, YouTube just went insane. It just went insane. The viewership people got, the revenue you could earn, it was nuts. So I'm guessing it's crashed back down to reality now, and the revenue he's making isn't quite the same as back in the day. So now he's pretty much making up stories and trying to get money from people, from his viewers every episode. So I can't watch it anymore. Not that I ever did that often, but we kind of crossed over on similar things, particularly when I was going down a whole, silver investing tangent, although I'm a bit more skeptical about it now. But is this similar to to what we've seen there. You know, you've seen all the big corporates, Amazon, Facebook, hire a huge number of people to deal with this sudden surge in demand and now laying them off. Same thing here. You've got builders, big builders, putting on resources for the huge home builder surge. And now it's starting to return back to normal. The company later confirmed to the Australian Financial Review that this meant layoffs. Overall, 70 jobs are set to go out of 700 currently in the construction firm. That means 1 in 10 workers are being made redundant. The news comes just days after another major Victorian builder, Porter Davis Homes, sensationally collapsed into liquidation at the end of last week, leaving nearly 2,500 projects and 470 staff in jeopardy. I thought it was 1,500 projects. Has that gone up? This marks the second redundancy round Simonds Group has endured. In September last year, the company slashed 9% of its labour force, or 69 roles, also citing right-sizing as the reason. At the time, the company also revealed the number of housing projects started in the past financial year was 2,376, which had dropped from 2,719 to 2,000 in 2021. In the ASX statement, the company's CEO and executive chairman, Rit Simonds, said the building firm had made tough but necessary decisions. The reality of interest rate pressures mean conditions for the residential construction sector will continue to be challenging in the near term, he wrote. I honestly think all of this negative news around building is going to push more people to buy established homes. I think this is going to have a huge psychological impact for probably years to come now. Even when things start returning to normal in the sector, people are going to think twice. Because, I mean, how many horror stories have we heard? I think someone told me, they sent me a comment or an email, they've got a friend waiting 2 years to get a slab poured. The board has identified a range of options to enable Simonds to further strengthen its balance sheet and continue the work announced last August. This action includes diversifying our operations into wholesale and projects and reducing our cost base to provide further agility. These are tough but necessary decisions that will put us in a stronger position. They contacted Simonds Group for comment. The building companies are dropping like flies at the moment as demand for residential builders has dried up. No. I wouldn't say that. I would not say that at all. Okay, sure, building approvals are down, but we're coming off a peak. It's not demand of, where is it? I mean, this is an outdated chart. I got to update it, but you can see here, sure, building approvals went skyrocketed and then went back down. That was the home builder effect, guys. This isn't because demand for builders is drying up. This is because the environment is so bloody challenging. They can't get stuff built. They can't get the skills, the material. Well, they can get the materials now, but it's more expensive. They've got labor issues too. And then you're going to have builders who are going under, so we're getting a brain drain from the industry. We saw, what was it, the roofer in the other article was saying over in WA, people were getting out of construction, going to work on the mines. So I would argue there's still demand, but there's not capacity in the system. This is the problem, guys. This is, how the hell are we going to meet the housing needs of the extra, 900,000 people that are predicted to come to Australia in the next couple of years? So, I mean, people who are hoping housing is going to crash in value, it will not. It will not. There's no chance. Okay? You may think it's unfair. You may think it's a bubble. The demand is there. People still want to move to this country. We're just the colony on the edge of the world. Okay? Don't kid yourself. We're a colony on the edge of the world with a bunch of coal and iron ore, and we teach people English. I know we like to feel like we're more important than we are, but come on, it's not the 80s. It's not Crocodile Dundee anymore. So far this year, at least a dozen building companies have gone into liquidation, including some major ones like Porter Davis, Lloyd Group, and PBS. The Australian construction industry has been hammered by rising material prices, supply chain issues, a shortage of workers, and severe weather events, creating a perfect storm. And a overheating of the sector due to government involvement, but the only people that seem to mention it, the only time we've heard that has been the subby featured in the financial news article we looked at the other day. Funny that. Well, let's have a bit of a talk about this one, guys. Hang on, wait. Oh, pressing the wrong button. Really polished operation here, isn't it? Well, there you go, guys. 10% gone from Simonds. I feel for anyone that's losing their job. But, you know, there should be plenty of other opportunities out there if you're skilled and capable. You know, hit the ground running, dust yourself off, keep looking. I'm sure you've got a lot of viewers of the channel are old enough, like me, and experienced enough to have gone through challenging situations like this where you've lost the job or something's fallen through. You felt like shit, you've dusted yourself off, and you've kept going with life. That's the reality of it. You only really get to that point by going through the shit times and realizing it. But, I mean, there you go, guys. There you go. Another one. Bloody hell. I'm kind of worried. I'm getting worried. What's going to happen with meeting these growing housing demands? This rental crisis isn't going anywhere. This population growth is coming. What the hell are we going to do? And do they not see what's going to happen? Hey, but you know, let's focus on a referendum for a voice. Sure, I imagine more people would be concerned about getting a roof over their heads and addressing that. But that's just me. I guess I'm out of date. I'm a semi-boomer pretty much. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one. What do you think can be done to address these issues? I mean, you don't want to. If we have a skills loss, like a brain drain in the construction industry, you're going to struggle to plug that. It takes time to get people up to skill. You may have to import people and encourage immigration to Australia with those skills, and often the skills don't change or don't transfer as easy. There's still a bit of time needed. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? It's going to be interesting. So, yeah. No, maybe large-scale starter homes, volumetric modular starter homes, a little, one module, enough as a single bed with a bunk, bathroom, as a boom, place it on the beginning of a site, and then grow it from there yourself. I mean, you could mass produce them reasonably quick in a factory. You'd have to get around all the local council governance. But then they're not in my backyard crowd. They'll be the ones bitching and moaning, oh, we can't have that, it looks gross. Oh. Make him live in a tent and pay extra rent. You tell me, guys. You tell me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Check out Heise BIM and Heise Does. If you're a fan of the channel and want to support us, you can in a few ways. Financially on YouTube or Patreon, using our referral links, buying our pocket squares, or calling us if you need an architect. Take care. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Heise Says. Oh, I should tell you a funny story. We went and saw the Mario movie today with the kids. It was awesome. Really loved it. Went to the 9:30 show in the morning. And I thought, oh, yeah, I'll get they sell beer there. I'll get a nice, beer and relax with the kids. Yeah, they wouldn't sell me beer before 10 o'clock. I felt really bad. But it's a great movie for the kids. I recommend it. I really enjoyed it if you're a Nintendo fan.